Good evening, everybody. We are about to get started pretty soon in around 10 to 15 minutes with this match. We're at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. And today we're going to have an exciting matchup. We're going to have the champion Ron CASANZIO playing Shaun Zink. And we should get started pretty soon. I'll come back in about 10 minutes and see you then.
You'll learn to love me again.
Good evening, everybody. We are at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York, and today's match is going to be an exciting one. It's going to be between the champ, Ron CASANZIO, who has just arrived, so we should be starting pretty shortly, and he will be playing against Shaun Zink, who is the number 2 ranked player in Rochester, New York. With commentary today is Paul Jacob, myself, and yeah, we look forward to a really good match today. So today's game will be a race to 15 and 10-ball pool between the two players. And this game is going to be for the champ spot on the Rochester Top 15 list. Currently, as you can see on the list, Ron CASANZIO is the reigning champ, and Shaun Zink is ranked number 2. We have an early chat comment from Drone Shots. He says, "Come on, Ronnie." All right, Drone Shots. Let's see how Ronnie does today. It's going to be fireworks. Both players are extremely talented and very capable players, so we should have a really good match on our hands today. All right, we have a challenging statement from the chat. Otto says, "Ron is going down tonight." All right, we have some early fireworks today. Let's see what happens. Can Shaun take down Ron? We will find out. All right, Ted Beach says, "Hey, how are you doing? I think you need to turn the volume up on your commentary. You're getting drowned out by the background noise of the pool hall. Or maybe it's just me." Thank you for the comment, Ted. I'm going to see what I can do here. All right, we're messing around a little bit with the mic settings. Does it seem a little better now? So we have a comment from Otto who says that Ron is going down tonight by at least 3 games. All right, that's quite a prediction, Otto. We'll come back in a little bit and see what the outcome is. So we have an early supporter for Shaun Zink, Otto. Nick Cooper, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, says commentary volume is quite low. I've turned it up a little bit. If it's still too low, please let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do. Ted Beach says yes. I am guessing that's an answer to my question about the commentary. If so, that's great. Thank you, Ted. We have another comment from Drone Shots, who seems to be disagreeing pretty strongly with Otto. He says, "Oh, hell no." So it looks like Drone Shots is a big supporter of Ronnie. And he says, "Lol, you go, Ronnie." All right, so we have some fireworks in the chat. We have supporters of Shaun and Ronnie. So this is shaping up to be quite a match. Drone Shots, what is your prediction for the final score of this match? So we should get started momentarily. Both players are getting prepared. We should see them lag to break pretty soon. All right, we have a comment from Robert supporting Ronnie. And yeah, well, there's only one way to find out what happens, and that's to stay tuned and see this through. We have another comment from Drone Shots. He says the first set 9-7 Ronnie. So they are playing a race to 15. So Drone Shots, I'm not sure if you mean that it's going to get 9-7 in Ronnie's favor first. But this will only be a single set as far as I'm aware at the moment, and it will be a race to 15 for the champ position. Drone Shots has updated his prediction for the final score, and he says it's going to be 15-13 in favor of Ronnie. So we're seeing some predictions for some fairly close outcomes here. So let's see what happens. I'm sure Otto disagrees with you, Drone Shots, but let's find out. While we're waiting for both players to get started, I will bring up the current list of the top 15. As mentioned earlier, Ron is currently the reigning champ, and Shaun Zink, who he will be playing against today, is ranked number 2 in Rochester, New York. And this list is sponsored by Billiard Breakdown, and it looks like both players are ready. We should see them lag. Let's hope for a really good match, and I think we'll get one. Looks like they're flipping for the break. And it looks like Ron has won the break on the flip. We have a comment from Rat's Guy. Is Venom in the house? Venom is not at Billiard Breakdown at the moment. He was here earlier, and he will be here tomorrow for an exhibition, so make sure you come in to see Venom Trick Shots, otherwise known as Florian Kohler. He is in Rochester currently. Ted Beach says, hey Paul, when's your next match? I'm not sure yet. I would imagine I would have one in the next week or two, possibly. Nothing has been decided just yet. So everybody, we're getting started here. We are going to start this race to 15 with the champ Ron CASANZIO taking the first break. They are playing 10 ball. We have a comment from Rat's Guy who says, Jake Jackson and I will be there, Roger. Great. Looking forward to seeing you here. So if you would like to see the most famous trick shot artist, Venom Trick Shots, or Florian Kohler, he will be at Billiard Breakdown tomorrow, starting around 4 p.m. So make sure you make it here. All right, so the match is getting started. We're going to have Ronnie with the first break, breaking from close to the side cushion. Looks like Ronnie has broken dry, which gives Shaun a chance to come to the table. He's got a shot on the one. It's not the easiest set up to get back on the 2. If he does go for the 1, he might have to go 2 or 3 rails to get down table for the 2. We'll see what he does. The 3 and 6 are frozen, but it does look like the 3 passes to the top right corner. We will see if that is the case. So it looks like Shaun is going for the 2, and he makes a great shot on the 1. But what just happened there? Oh no, he scratches. So Shaun, unfortunately on the first shot, trying to get down to the 2, scratches in the corner left bottom pocket. So now Ronnie comes to the table with ball in hand. Let's see if he's able to convert this into a first win from here. So looking at this layout, the 3-6 looks like they're frozen, but from this angle it's hard to tell if the 3 does pass into the top corner right pocket. Looks like Ronnie is taking a look at it. And it looks like he might be playing for that 3 in the corner right. So So it looks like that 3 does pass. It should be fairly simple to hold for the 4. Just stun out. All right. So now it's looking like a fairly open layout for Ronnie. And Ronnie does a really good job holding for the 6 there with the right angle to come up and down for the 7. So let's see if he goes with a little bit of top left here or if he goes around table. He decided to go around the table, and that is almost perfect shape on the sound ball. He should be able to stun out just a little bit to hold for the 8. And it is looking like a really good layout for Ronnie here. If he can clear out and claim the first match after Shaun Zink scratches on the first ball. Ronnie does have some distance here, but that shouldn't be a problem for a player of his caliber. I would imagine he would just do a stop shot or slight stun here to hold for the 9. We'll see if he decides to get a little fancier with shape on the 9, but he may go down to the short rail and come back up, which looks like what he's chosen to do, and he's executed that perfectly. And this first game is looking very positive for Ron. And he clears the table. So with a scratch on the 1 ball from Shaun, Ronnie has taken ball in hand and run out all the balls, 10 balls, to win the first game. So now the score is 1-0 in favor of Ronnie CASANZIO. So he's getting started with a bang. We have a comment from Drone Shots, bam. And Drone Shots, I agree with you. That was quite the conversion of a ball in hand into a win. Ronnie is showing us what he is capable of doing. Now, Shaun will have to give us an answer too. So let's keep our eyes tuned. Ronnie going for the same break from the side cushion. And it looks like this one broke dry too. Now, there's no easy shot on the one to pocket the ball as far as I can see from this angle, so Shaun may elect to play safety here. It looks like Shaun is pushing out. And he pushes out to pretty close to the short bottom right rail, leaving Ronnie a pretty long and awkward shot on the one ball. It's still makeable. It's not easy. And it looks like, let's see if Ron is going for it. It looks like Ronnie has given it back to Shaun. So Shaun will be taking the push shot back. Again, a very awkward shot with how close the one ball is to the pocket and the fact that the cue ball is pretty much just off the rail. So it looks like Shaun has elected to play a safety of this for this shot instead of trying to go for the pot, which seems to be a really good shot. He's got a great safety. He's left quite a little bit of distance. Ronnie should be able to kick at this from the top short rail, which looks like what he's going for. Let's see if he can kick and get a safe. Ooh, the one ball catches the edge of the side pocket, and he still gets a good roll, so it looks like he's still covered the one with the 9 ball. So, pretty good outcome for Ronnie, in spite of that one ball clipping the edge of the side cushion. So Shaun is able to kick at this off the long rail. We have a comment from Ashu Pashu. Paul, what's your favorite, badminton or pool, or are they the same? Thanks for the comment, Ashu Pashu. For those of you that know me, I also play badminton quite a bit. I have been playing badminton longer, but pool is probably a bit more intellectually stimulating, if that makes sense. Badminton is better for staying in shape, for sure. We have a comment from Joan Schatz. Been watching Ronnie. He been playing like a 760 Fargo. And I agree. Ronnie does play higher than his Fargo level quite often. He's an incredible player. And we've seen some really good playing from him, even against players rated much higher than himself. Yes, we have a comment from Joan Schatz again saying, don't let the 712 fool you. And I agree. Absolutely agree. Ronnie is capable of playing at a very high caliber in his prime. All right, so we have Ronnie on the 2 ball. He's at the table again. The layout looks pretty open. There is some traffic towards the bottom center of the table, but I don't imagine it should be too much of a problem. 4 ball is right on the rail, so Ronnie will need the right angle to get from the 4 to the 5. So let's see what he does here. He might elect to use a little bit of top to come down to the short rail and back up towards the 4, leaving himself just the right angle to come down for the 5 ball. Oh, he goes into the 10 ball. I'm not sure if Ronnie intended to go into the 10. It looks like he has a tricky shot on the 4 ball now with no easy position to get on the 5. So it's likely that Ron might attempt to play a safety here, create a bit of separation between the 2 balls and blockers. And it looks like that's just what he's done. Now, I'm not sure if Shaun can see the left edge of the 4 between the 10 and the 7. He's eyeing it closely. The 4 does go into the top right corner. It's a pretty long and tough shot. Not sure if Shaun is going to just try to make contact or play some kind of safe here. But it looks like he can see it. So let's see if he goes for the pot or tries to play safety. It looks like he's called the pot, so if he makes this, it would be a tremendous shot. Drone Shot says he can see it, and I agree with you. It does look like he can see it. Alright, so Shaun makes contact. He misses the pot, but it looks like he's partially blocked the 4-ball, but it still looks like Ronnie can see the right side of the 4-ball. So Ronnie could elect to play another safety here, bring the cue ball down table while keeping the 4-ball on the top rail. Drone shot says safe, and it looks like that's what Ronnie's going to do here. So Ronnie elected to bring the cue ball to the top short rail. It doesn't look like he's managed to get the safe, leaving Shaun a shot on the 4 to the side pocket. Now that 9 is kind of in the way, but he could go into the 9 to hold for the 5. We'll see if that's what he does. He didn't need to do that. He's done a great job of holding for the 5. And it looks like it's a pretty open table for Shaun now. Is Shaun going to be able to clear this out to bring the score back to 1-1? Shaun eyes the angle on the 6 he wants to get on the 7. There's a possibility of a 7-10 combo here. I'm not sure if he's going to play that. There's no real need to play it, but we'll see what he does. So Ted Beach says, looks like you're setting up for the 7-10. So Ted thinks that Shaun is going to go for the 7-10. Let's see. With the angle he has on the 6 right now, that might be quite possible. Drone Shots disagrees. He says he just better run it. So both are viable options. It all depends on the outcome of the shot, where he's able to get that cue ball. Holding for the 7 in the bottom right pocket is not easy at all. Whereas if he wants to get on the 7-10, it's a bit of a delicate stun with a little bit of draw. He would still have to hold for it. So not an easy shot, but let's see what Shaun does. All right, so interesting outcome. Shaun actually goes into the 10 ball. Still has a shot on the 7. He might elect to go for the 7 on the side. So Sosa says, I think he'll slow roll it for the 7 in the corner. And Drone Shot says, wow, that was a good shot, but I did not see him going into the 10. So let's see what he does here. Drone Shot says he should have. Are you talking about slow rolling it for the 7? Oh no, Shaun misses into the 7 into the top left corner pocket. Fortunately, he hasn't given an easy shot to Ron, but it's still potable. So Ron is back at the table with a 4-ball out. A tricky first shot to start with, but the rest of the table does look pretty clear, so let's see if he goes for this pot. Shape on the 8-ball to the side right pocket is pretty natural. And Ronnie misses it too, but he misses it well. He's blinded the 7-ball with the 8. So Shaun now will have to kick at the 7-ball. Drone Shot says C, cutting Ron and got safe. Yes, Ron got a safety out of that attempt at the pot for the 7, even though he missed it. So Shaun kicks at it, and he's going to drop it right over the pocket. This is not very good for Shaun, but it looks like Ronnie has a really great chance of running out and finishing out this rack. So that's unfortunate, but it was a good safety by Ron. So over here, Ronnie's a bit awkward, but it shouldn't be a problem. He should have the 9 into the right side pocket, and he should just be able to come up and down the table to hold for the 10. It should be pretty standard and textbook for him. Just to go 2 rails around, and he looks like he's out. So the score is now 2-0 with the champ Ron CASANZIO in the lead. Shaun had an opportunity there, but unfortunately missed a 7-ball. There's a brief safety by Ron, and Shaun left the 7-ball over the bottom right corner pocket, allowing Ronnie to run out from there. So the score is now 2-0 in favor of Ronnie CASANZIO. Drone shot says he's out, and it looks like he was. All right, Ronnie changing up his break now. He's breaking from closer to the center of the table. Let's see how this works out for him. His last 2 breaks have been dry. And it looks like he's pocketed the 2, so it looks like shifting up that break has worked well for him this time. Now Ronnie has a shot on the 1, which is great. 3 looks fine. The 6 and 7 are a bit awkward, but aside from that, everything looks fine. Once he clears the 1, the 6 should pocket into the top right corner pocket without a problem. So right now all he has to do is just hold for the 3, which he's done with a little bit of top right to kill off the rail. Thankfully the 5 is right over the pocket, which gives him quite a lot of options for getting on the 6. He's got a bit of an awkward angle on the 4 for a back cut, but I don't see this as too much of a problem. Now, getting from the 5 to the 6 is going to be the key shot in this frame. Because the 6, it doesn't look like it pockets into the top left corner, but it should pocket to the top right corner. So he will need to get on the right side of the 6 off the 5 to continue the run. Drone shot says, I am used to 2 sets race to 9 with Ronnie. Yes, this match is a race to 15. The players decided that worked out better instead of playing multiple sets. Drone shots also says if the 6 goes, he's out, and I agree with you. The 6 is the key ball in this frame. And let's see, he should be able to just stun roll it forward to get on the 6 to the top right corner, and it looks like he's done that really well. We have a comment from the host, Billiard Breakdown himself, the famous Mike Lynn. Mike Lynn apologizes for not being there from the beginning. Thanks, Paul Jacob. Well, thank you, Mike. This has been fun. It's my first time commentating on a pool game, so thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hope you have a good time with Florian Kohler. And say hi to him from everyone here at Billiard Breakdown. All right, so it was a good shot on the 6. Unfortunately, Ronnie bumped into the 7, and now the 7 is not in the best position for a pot. Let's see if he tries to play it as a bank or if he just plays safe. I would imagine Ronnie would try to play safe here. He's looking to probably... Oh, it looks like Ronnie's calling the top right pocket, so he's going for the bank shot. He might be playing a bit of a 2-way, but let's see. So Ronnie is going for the 7 ball in the top right corner pocket. but it looks like it's come up a bit short. He has left it right on the cushion center of the top rail, which is a pretty passive safety, but it's not an easy shot at all for Shaun. Not the easiest to play safe on either. It's a pretty touchy shot. Not sure if there's a bank on. It's hard to tell from this angle how separated the sandball is from the rail, if the double kiss is on or not. But let's see what Shaun does. Does he go for a bank if it's available, or does he try to play safety? Ratsky says, "Good job, Paul." Thank you, Ratsky. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are all enjoying this stream. For those of you just tuning in, this is the champ of Rochester, Ronnie CASANZIO, who's rated at a 713 Fargo, playing against Rochester's number 2 ranked player, Shaun Zink, who is 649 Fargo. So they are playing a race to 15 in 10 ball for the champ position in Rochester. Now that was a great shot from Shaun, given with what he had. He played an amazing safety. He was able to hide the 7 near the side pocket and use the 9 as a blocker. That was an amazing shot. This is not easy to kick at all. So Ronnie does have a bit of pressure. Given how close the 8 and 10 are to the 7, the kick on the 7 from the right side is not so easy. Let's see if he does 1 rail or if he chooses to go 2 rails or 3 rails. We have a comment from Drone Shot saying, "Ronnie, don't jump." I haven't seen Ronnie jump much, but whenever Ronnie has jumped, I've seen that he jumps with his full cue often. So Ronnie prefers to play Joss rules, from what I've understood. Ooh, he misses the 7 just by a little bit. He went for the 3-railer. Now Shaun has ball in hand and a great opportunity to get a win on the books. Let's see if he can convert this into a 2-1 score. This is a great opportunity for Shaun. So Drone Shot says, "I would jump to make the 10. Yes, that's a viable shot for sure. Ronnie chose to kick at it instead of jumping. And it looks like that safety, that great safety on the 7, has paid off really well for Shaun. That was a great shot. And it looks like Shaun should be out here. Should just be able to draw back to hold for the 9. He's got a good angle. Let's see if he chooses to go for the 10 in the corner left top or in the side pocket. Both options seem pretty doable. Looks like he's going with a bit of bottom, so he might be playing for the side pocket here. And looks like that's what he's done. So with this shot of the 10 ball into the side pocket, Shaun should be able to clear this game and get on the scoreboard. And he misses. That's very unfortunate. Hope it was not the commentator's curse. The players definitely can't hear me right now. But yeah, Shaun had a bit of distance on that side pocket, but still would have expected him to make that shot. It's unfortunate that he missed it. Ronnie has a bit of a back cut into the corner left pocket on the bottom, which shouldn't be a problem. And Ronnie steals the 10 ball away, and now the score is 3-0 in Ronnie's favor. Shaun had an unfortunate miss on the 10 ball in the previous frame after playing an amazing safety on the 7, giving him ball in hand for a 4 ball out. Unfortunately, that 10 into that side didn't work well for him. But we're still early in this match, so good luck to both players. Shaun is certainly capable of bringing some really high quality pool to the table, so let's see how this goes. So Ronnie, let's see if he chooses to break from closer to the center of the table. That's what he did in the last one when he pocketed a ball. He started the first 2 racks breaking from the side cushion. So this is frame 4. The score is currently 3-0 in favor of Ronnie CASANZIO. And it looks like he's potted the 1 ball with pretty good shape on the 2. However, the 3 ball is pretty close to the 8 ball and doesn't look potable from where it's at. So we might see a safety after this shot. I don't see any easy way to do a breakout here that's rewarding enough for the risk. So it looks like Ronnie's eyeing the angle he wants for the 3 to play a safety. We have a comment from Drone Shots saying LOL. What's the joke, Drone Shots? What has made you amused? So Ronnie pots the 2 ball and he's on the 3, which does not look potable from this angle. So let's see what he comes up with here. Drone Shot says, you jinxed him. I hope that wasn't the case. It was a very unfortunate miss Shaun had on the 10 in the last frame. So not sure quite what happened there. He did have a bit more distance on that 10 than he would have liked to have. But let's hope it doesn't happen again. I will keep my mouth shut. Alright, so Ronnie wasn't able to really pull off a safety here. He doesn't leave Shaun with a pot. I don't think the 3 banks, but Shaun should be able to play several options of safeties here. And it looks like he's gone behind the 5 to cut off the 3. Ronnie has a 1-rail kick at the 3, which is pretty straightforward. He's checking to see if the 3 is frozen on the rail. It looks like it is. So he might try to play a kick safe here. If he kicks into the bottom side of the 3, he could bring the 3 up table and the cue ball down table, which could create some separation. But let's see what Ronnie chooses to do here. If he goes for the 1-rail kick, or if he tries something a little fancier. It looks like Ronnie is playing an intentional foul here to tie up the 5 and the 3 ball. So he gives away a ball in hand, but he leaves a pretty gnarly cluster there with the 3 and the 5. Let's see what kind of safety Shaun is able to play from this position. I believe the players are playing with 3 foul, which is standard in 10 ball. So if Shaun plays a really good safety, he could potentially be rewarded. The 3 foul rule, for those of you who are not aware, are 3 consecutive fouls in 9 ball or 10 ball is a loss of game. So Ronnie is at the first foul. Now Shaun will have to play a really good safety off this in order to have a chance at the second foul. But let's see what happens. Alright, oh no, he thins the 3, but it goes right into the corner pocket of the cue ball, so he will not be able to get that 3 foul. But Ronnie comes back to the table with ball in hand. Again, the 3 is not potable, but he should be able to play another safe from here. Now Shaun is on 1 foul, so let's see what kind of safe Ronnie is able to come up with here. Let's see if he uses that 4 down table as a blocker for this. Well, I'm not sure if that was what he was trying for, but it's leaked out, and Shaun does have a shot on the 3. Let's see if he plays the 3-9 combo, which isn't the easiest, or if he elects to play safe from here. So we're coming to you live from Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. And this is a match between Rochester's champ Ron CASANZIO and Shaun Zeng, number 2 ranked player in Rochester, New York. looks like Shaun's scratched again. He was going for that 3-9 combo. He got pretty close, but now he's on 2 fouls. So this is kind of a dangerous position for Shaun. If Ronnie, who can... This is a runnable layout. The 5 is in an interesting spot because both pockets are blocked by the 7 and 9. He could play a combo. But also interestingly, Shaun is on 2 fouls, so Ronnie could, at any point of this frame, play a really good safety to get that 3 foul if he isn't able to run this out for whatever reason. So over here, the 5 ball is the only real trouble that I see. Combos are available. 5-9 goes. I would imagine that Ronnie will play the 5-9. And it looks like that's what he's set up for. Should be pretty straightforward. He will have to contain the 5. The 5 is going to go off to the right. And the next shot is also crucial. So it's not just about making the 9, it's about controlling the cue ball and the 5 for the next shot. No, I'm not sure what kind of gap there is between the 9 and the rail. If he can actually play the 5, it doesn't look like there's a gap. So he's played the 5-9. He's gotten pretty close to the 5, so it's a pretty thin cut at this point. It's hard to see from this angle. It looks like it's definitely a makeable cut, though. Pretty steep, but he should be able to cut this in without a problem. And shape on the 6 is pretty much guaranteed. And it looks like that's what he's done. And from this point, Ronnie should be out. And if he's out, he will bring the score to 4-0, which is a very strong and promising lead. The early stages of this race to 15 and 10-ball pull. So Ronnie has a bit of distance here. That's not a problem, though. Let's see if he chooses to come down table with bottom left, or if he chooses to go up and down multi-rails with top right. So he's come down with a little bit of left. And from this point, it should be, it's just a formality at this point, Ronnie should be able to roll up to the 10 and play the 10 into the bottom right corner, unless he decides to go up and down for the bottom left corner, both seem viable. Ronnie may play to the bottom left corner here. It looks like that's what he's done. And Ronnie runs out that frame, and the score is now 4-0 in favor of the champ, Ronnie CASANZIO. So it's been some great shooting from both players. Unfortunately, there have been a few misses, but Ronnie's established quite a strong lead now, putting pressure on Shaun. So drone shots said Ronnie is out, and turned out to be correct. That shot on the 5 was the crucial shot in that frame, but he played the 5-9 combo and did a good job of holding for thin cut on the 5 ball into the corner left pocket to run out the rest of the frame. Ronnie breaking from the center again in frame 5 with a 4-0 lead. It looks like this break has turned out dry for Ronnie. Shaun may elect to play a push here because he can't see the 1. The layout does look pretty good otherwise. Let's see what he decides to do here as far as the push shot. And he's played a shot that leaves quite a lot of distance without an easy pot, or pretty much any pot at this point. On the 1, Ronnie is going for it. Not sure what he's going for. He might be playing a safety here. Might be going to the 7 and bringing the 1 down table. No, he's decided to go used the 7 as a momentum arrestor for the 1, and he's played a really good safety there, using the 7 as a break. Now Shaun has to kick at the 1. And he gets a good kick. Does he get a save? It does not look like it, so Ronnie now has an open shot on the 1. It's not easy to get on the 2 from this position. He may go for a 2-3 railer to come down on the left side of the 2. It's pretty tricky. Or let's see, he seems to be going pretty low on the ball with the right, so he's stunned forward with what a shot, what a shot. That was an incredible shot. He was check side and he stunned it through to come top rail and come straight down. He's a little awkward on the 2, but he has a shot on it, and it's potable from this angle. That was an amazing shot by Ron. Very difficult and high-level positional shot over there, and he executed that really well. Now Ronnie will have to avoid certain obstacles like that 8 ball to get on the 3 ball, so he'll have to go around it. And he narrowly misses the 8, and he is on the 3 ball now. A little bit of distance, but wide and clear. So let's see if Ronnie's able to run this out. It's a challenging run out, given the distance. And he's not able to bring the cue ball far enough back, so he is out of position a bit here. So let's see what he does here. Is he able to hold shape for the 5, pocket the 4, and continue this run? He should have the 4. It looks like he's eyeing the 4 into the top right corner pocket. He might play this with a little bit of bottom left, or just bottom, it seems. And he's done a great job using that check side to hold off the rail, kill it off the rail a little bit. Now he has a shot on the 5. Great back cut on the 4. We have Michael Bremer in the comments saying great play, great commentary. Definitely, yes, Ron, we've been seeing some really good quality pool here from Ronnie, some really high level positional play. And thank you for the comment on the commentary. This is my first time commentating a pool game, so it's pretty new to me too. Good job by Ronnie holding for the 6. Now these are 9-foot tables, the pockets are pretty tight, so it's not as easy as it looks to pocket the 6 and roll up for the 7. But yes, this is certainly not an easy shot, but the best players make it look easy. And look at that, the touch. Ronnie plays that with a perfect speed, like it was nothing. It's pure butter. It's an incredible shot by Ronnie, even though it looks straightforward. Ronnie elects to go forward. Again, pretty much perfect on the 8. I'm not sure which pocket he's going to play the 9 into. He might choose to roll forward and play the 9 into the side pocket on the right. It seems to be the easier positional play. So let's see. Ronnie should be out. This is the key shot here. He rolls forward. He's just about perfect to play the 9 to the side and naturally hold for the 10. Just a little bit of follow. So what an out this is. I mean, there were some really high quality positional shots. That first shot was incredible. A couple of really nice finesse touch shots to get perfect on the 7 ball. And Ronnie runs that out, and now the score is 5-0. That was some great shooting by Ronnie. Impressive masterclass in cue ball control. Wow. We have some comments in the chat. Drone Shot says, "You're doing a good job. Ronnie is good." Thank you, Drone Shots. Yes, Ronnie is great. He's playing amazing right now. D the Korean, David. Hi, David. David says, "Paul, David Kim here. Your commentary is something I can get used to listening. How refreshing. Hope you get to commentate more." Thank you so much, David. It's been a pleasure. It's a great match, and it's my pleasure to, chime in on it. So I'm enjoying this, hopefully as much as you guys are. Drone Shot says he's out, and once again, Drone Shots, you're correct. Ronnie is out, about to break with a 5-0 lead. David also says Ronnie is out. Wow, what an out. I completely agree. That was an amazing out. Some top-level positional play there. All right, so Ronnie breaks, and it looks like he's pocketed a ball this time. Looks like Ronnie's pocketed the 2 ball. Now, it's hard to say from this angle if the 1 is, if the 3 is blocking the 1 or not. Ronnie seems to be eyeing it. The 2 ball is already pocketed, so the next shot would be the 3. So it looks like Ronnie kicked at it, and fortunately he doesn't leave a safety, and now Shaun has a chance. This is a really good chance for Shaun. Shaun has a wide open shot at the 1. He should be able to hold for the 3, either coming up and down or drawing back a little bit. We'll see. He might choose to go up and down the table, come down to the short rail, and go back up. A little bit of right spin. So Drone Shot says, "Can't wait for the other camera overhead and short rail." So yes, Mike is adding a overhead camera pretty soon, which should give us a better view of the table. I'm looking forward to that. So looks like Shaun did draw out and didn't use the short rail, but he's just about perfect on the 3, on the right side of the 3 to stun out to get on the 4. The 5 does pass and does go into the bottom left corner pocket, so that's not a problem. Getting on the 5 to the 6, also depending on where he gets a cue ball, should be pretty straightforward. A little bit of bottom right, or he can go multi-rails if he prefers. So let's see if Shaun is able to use this great opportunity Ronnie gave him, because Ronnie doesn't give a lot of opportunities often, as most people who have played him against him are aware of, myself included. And let's see if Shaun is able to capitalize on this opportunity and transform it into a win. So Shaun has a good angle to use bottom right to come straight down for the 6. I don't know if he's going to go down to the short rail and back up. Personally, I would just use bottom right and screw back for the 6 ball. But let's see what he does. He does have a bit of distance here, but it shouldn't be a problem. It's a key shot for Shaun here. Oh, he runs into the 7 and barely misses it. That's pretty unfortunate. It looks like he's blocked the 5 partially. It's hard to tell from this angle again if the 10 is fully blocking it. But I believe Ronnie should at least be able to go rail first to pot the 5 if there's enough room on the left side of the 10. But again, it does look like it's potentially blocked, but it looks like Ronnie is elevating just a little bit. I'm not sure if he's going to try to do a shallow masse. So Drone Shot says a little masse, and that's what I was thinking too. So it looks like Ronnie is going to masse, which is to curve the ball around the 10 to pocket the 5. So a masse works by elevating the cue and contacting the right side of the cue ball. And wow, that was a great masse shot with great shape. A friendly bump off the 8 ball helps him get really good position on the 6. Great shot by Ronnie. Just a slight masse, but that's all he needed to go for the 5 ball rail first with a nice bump on the 8 to hold for the 6. And now he's on the 7, and it's looking ominous for Shaun here. It looks like Ronnie should be out. Now let's see which pocket he decides to play the 8 for. It looks like it does pass to the side pocket by the 9. And that would be the easiest positional shot. But let's see if he chooses to do something different here. Play the 8 into the top left corner. I would imagine he would play the 8 into the side pocket here by the 9. So we just saw a great masse shot by Ronnie to make the 5. With good position on the 6, and now he's playing the 8 ball to the top left corner, sorry. And he should be out from here easily. So Shaun unfortunately had a miss on the 5 ball. It was a cut where the 5 ball bumped into the 7 and just hung over the pocket. He did block that pocket with the 10 ball, but Ronnie was able to masse, and looks like he's able to run out from that position. So even getting safe sometimes doesn't give you a reward against Ronnie CASANZIO. What an out. Starting with a great masse, and looks textbook. So now the score is 6-0 in favor of Ronnie CASANZIO, the champ of Rochester's top 15 players. Drone Shot says, I have been watching him play a lot with Mike on here. Yes, Ronnie, I'm imagining you're talking about Ronnie, Drone Shots? Ronnie has been playing here quite often. He's had quite a few games live streamed. And today he's been playing really well. Drone Shot says, yes. That's great. What do you enjoy most about watching Ronnie play? It seems like you're a big fan of Ronnie CASANZIO, as several people are. So, Drone Shots, what do you enjoy most about Ronnie's game? Now, Shaun is also an extremely strong player. I've played against Shaun, and it's been an education, to say the least. Today, he's not getting a lot of chances. And the few that he's gotten, he's not been able to fully convert. But let's hope he's able to, get some. And once he's on a roll, he should be able to bring some really high quality pullout. Shaun is an extremely capable player. All right, so we have some spiciness in the chat. So Drone Shot says, yes, he plays like me. All right, and David says, laughing my ass off, Drone Shots, that's a very arrogant thing to say. Well, I would love to be able to play like Ronnie someday. And if you're already there, Drone Shots, that's impressive. Drone Shot says, well, I am 60 years old and been playing 57 TR years. Wow, so Drone Shot says he's been playing since he was 3 years old. That's quite an early age to start. How did you get into pool at 3 years old? I know that these days a lot of people start at that age and go on to become professionals. If so, very impressive. So Shaun is at the table. It doesn't look like it's a runnable layout so easily. You might elect to play safe here. A comment from Drone Shot saying, my dad owned a bar. I'm imagining it had a pool table. Let's see what Shaun does here with this 3 ball. Oh, he played the 3-8 combo. That was a great shot. Great shot by Shaun. He has shape on the 3. And as long as he can get on the 4 here, I would say he has a pretty good chance of running this out. The 7-10 is possibly an issue here. I'm not sure if he's going to try to play the 7 into the top right corner or if he's going to go for the 7-10 combo. But the key shot here is getting on the 4 from this position. So that was the risk. And yes, it looks like he got hooked by the 9 ball and the 5 ball. So that's unfortunate. That was the risk in that shot, getting blinded by the 9-5. He just needed to roll maybe another inch, and he would have been fine. But unfortunately, Shaun does not have a clear shot on the 4. I'm not sure if he's going to try to masse this or kick it, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pot it easily. Now, if he does play a wonderful masse, he might be able to, but let's see. Let's see what Shaun is able to pull off here. He does a bit of a masse. He makes contact with the 4. The 7 and the 10 are now tied up. And there is no easy shot on the 4, but the 7-10 is a big blocker, which Ronnie can use to play a really good safety here. We have some comments in the chat. Drone Shot says his dad owned a bar, and by the time he was 8, he was beating the old guys. That's great. David says, what a shot from Shaun. Unfortunately, Shaun wasn't able to get on that 4 ball. However, he does come back to the table here. Ron wasn't able to play a successful safety here, so Shaun does have the 4 ball into the side pocket. He should be able to come to the short rail and back up to hold for the 5. The only issue here is that 7-10, so he will have to deal with that one way or the other, or elect to play safe when he gets there. Drone Shot says, my son is really good, plays on a 9-foot diamond every day, and I used to play 6 hours a day. Drone Shots, is your son Jake Jackson by any chance? I don't recognize the name that you have on here. Are you Jake's dad? Alright, so we have Shaun with a shot on the 5. He can hold for the 6 here. He can go to the long rail and end up on the short rail at the top. But what is he going to do about that 7? It doesn't look like the 7 is directly potable. He might be trying to get the best angle on the 6 to get a breakout on the 7-10. Alright, so Shaun now has a shot on the 6. It does look a little straight, though. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get a breakout with this angle. Again, I can't see the exact angle from here, but he does look a lot straighter on that 6 than he would have liked to be. He could elect to go force follow to the long rail and break out the 7-10, or it looks like he's eyeing the draw shot to go back to the long rail on the left and break out the 7-10. But neither of them are easy to execute. So we have a few more comments. Drone Shot says, my friend is Jeremy Seaman, lives like 2 minutes away. He's a pro player. No, I am not him. So Drone Shots was answering my question if he's Jake Jackson's dad, and he's not. Jeremy Seaman, I am not aware of this player, but David says Jeremy Seaman is a great player. Bob Hendrix in the chat says, Paul, Rat Sky is Roger Jackson, father of the youngster who crushed me in a set. Okay, so Rat Sky is the father of Jake Jackson. Good to know. Jake is a phenomenal player. I've seen him shoot. I look forward to playing him soon. I haven't played with him yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure I will learn a lot. So Shaun has an interesting shot on the 7 here. I don't know if it's potable. It doesn't look like it is potable. Hard to tell with how close it is to the 10. But we'll see if he tries to play a pot or if he just tries to play safety and get kind of stuck or frozen on the 10. Again, with the balls looking like they're frozen, this is tricky. So Shaun was not able to get the breakout on the 7, but looks like he's eyeing the bottom right corner. Now this will be interesting because that 7 and the 10 are very close. He's using a lot of bottom right to gear the 7 to the left. It looks like he's played the safety. He's got a great safety there. All right, so great shot by Shaun. Way to shift the pressure. Now Ron has a pretty tough kick on the 7. So let's see if Ron is able to A, make contact, and B, leave a challenging outcome for Shaun, so that if Shaun does come to the table, Shaun will probably come back to the table, but Ronnie doesn't want to leave Shaun an easy shot at all with this 3-ball out, so let's see how he chooses to kick at this. It looks like Ronnie's eyeing the single rail kick off the long rail on the left. He may even be able to go for the pot, which looks like it is potable in the bottom right corner. Very difficult to do, but I have seen Ron make these kind of shots. Close. He makes good contact. It went in the direction of that pocket, which is what he probably wanted to do. But unfortunately, Shaun has a pretty straightforward shot on the 7 to roll up to the long rail and come down for the 9-ball. So if Shaun makes this, he should be out. And looks pretty good. Shaun just has to hold for the 10, and he's going to be able to get his first game on the board, which is great. Come on, Shaun. Wonderful shot. Good position on the 10. And he gets rewarded. Shaun now has a game on the scoreboard. So this is great for Shaun. He's going to be breaking now. He's ended Ron's streak. And now going into the 8th frame, Shaun will be the one to break for the first time in this match. Congratulations, Shaun. Well done. Shaun, in the previous frame, played a really good safety on the 7. He hit the cue ball behind the 10. Ronnie was able to kick at the 7. He made contact. Unfortunately, he left a shot on the 7 to the bottom left corner. And Shaun was able to convert that into a 3-ball out and a win to get his first game on the board. And now Shaun is breaking in the 8th set of this race to 15 in 10-ball pool at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. Looks like Shaun made a ball. He has a shot on the 1. Looks like the 7-ball is pocketed. All right, let's see what he's able to do with this layout. So in the commentary, in the chat, Drone Shot says, "My son plays with Jeremy Seaman a lot growing up in the pool hall as kids, and I like playing Jeremy. My son is like a 660 to 690 Fargo, but has jump skills." Wow, you should get your son to come join the list here in Rochester. I'm sure he would do very well here. Drone Shots also says he learned trick shots with Mike Massey and with Mike Massey and Dr. Q. That's awesome. I had a chance to meet Mike Massey in Austin, Texas about 8 years ago. He signed one of my jump cues. Unfortunately, what he signed it with was a Sharpie that rubbed off, so that signature did not last very long on my cue. But I did get to meet him, and he's a really nice guy. Mike Massey, one of the old-time greats. So Shaun is able to pocket the 1. He has a shot on the 2. It's not the best position for the 3 here. He would have liked to be a lot closer. I'm not sure if he was playing for the corner left top pocket. Bit of an awkward shot here. It looks like he's eyeing the 3-ball combo, playing the 3 to the 5 to the 4, so it looks like he's playing the 4-ball in the side. Pretty tricky with this angle and with the distance he has, but certainly doable. Oh, what a shot. And Shaun actually nails the 3-ball combo. That was a great shot by Shaun. So unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of the 3 here. So it's going to be a bit tricky to get on the 5. With the slight angle he has on the 3. Let's see what he chooses to do with the 5. Is he going to try to play for a bank or a cut into the top left corner? Looks like he's going with bottom right. He might be trying to hold for the cut into the top left corner for the 5. But now it looks like all he has is the bank shot or a safety. So he might do a reverse bank into the side pocket on the right. But again, it's hard to tell. The possibility of double kisses on these are high. But it looks like he has just enough separation. And he plays it perfectly, with perfect shape. What a shot, Shaun. Great shot, great shot. Shaun is giving us a masterclass in some really good shot making right now. Great bank, reverse bank on that 5-ball, and perfectly held on the 6-ball. Great shot by Shaun. Now he has another slightly challenging positional play here. He'll have to go with either top left or bottom right to get on the 9. Looks like he's going bottom right. Oh, it looks like he went top left. Okay. And from this point, it looks like Shaun should be out. And if he does get out, this will be a break and run, if I'm not mistaken. So Ronnie has not come to the table in this frame at all. Oh my God, that is so unfortunate. Shaun was on track for a break and run, and on the 9-ball, and he scratches into the side pocket. That is the worst possible outcome. That's so unfortunate. Wow. Drone Shots in the comments also agrees with me. He says, "Wow, yes, that was quite the punishment after doing all the work with some really good shots in that frame." But he scratches into the side pocket trying to get on the 10-ball, on the final ball of what would have been a break and run. So now Ronnie is back at the table breaking again, and the score is 7-1. Ronnie with a sizable lead now. Shaun played some really great shots in that last frame, so it's very unfortunate that it ended like that. But it's pool, sometimes it happens. And this time Ronnie makes 2 balls but scratches, so Shaun has a pretty good chance here. So it's a wide open layout. Looks like the 1 ball is pocketed, and looks like 1 more ball is pocketed too. Looks like the 1 and 8 are pocketed, and this should be pretty runnable. Shaun should be able to stun out to play the 3 in the bottom right corner. 4 is right over the side pocket, so not much of a problem. It's a bit more distance than he wants to be. He could choose to go into the 10 a little bit here, unless he decides to go up and down. So he used the 10 to hold on the 4, and he was able to keep the 10 contained too, so he didn't create any new clusters, which is great. It's right on top of the 4. It looks like a pretty wide open layout, so let's see what Shaun can do here. Can he redeem himself for the previous game and that really unfortunate scratch on the 10 ball of a potential break and run? So to recap what happened in this frame, Ronnie broke. He pocketed the 1 and the 8 ball, but unfortunately scratched. And Shaun was able to come to the table with ball in hand with an 8 ball, potential 8 ball out. Let's see if he's able to make that a reality. Shaun's able to hold really well for the 6 with minimal cue ball movement. He should just be able to come straight up and down to hold for the 7. Which he does beautifully. Shaun, 9 and 10. All right, perfectly done. So Shaun is now, I won't speak too soon, but Shaun should be able to make this a 7-2. Congratulations, Shaun, well done. Really good out. So Shaun was able to convert a ball in hand off the break to run 8 balls out and get another one on the scoreboard. Looks like Shaun is getting back into this game. So now the score is 7-2. We have a comment from Drone Shot saying, good job. Good job to Shaun. Shaun breaks. It looks like it's dry. And he has left Ron a fairly straightforward shot on the 1. Will Ron be able to bring the cue ball up amidst all of that traffic and hold for the 2? He'll have to get between that 3 ball and 7 ball and play the speed just right, which is pretty tricky to do. Unless he sees a different way of doing it, which I'm sure he could. But this is a challenging first shot. Making the shot is fairly straightforward, but getting position on the 2 is not so easy. It needs a lot of touch here. And he does it, oh my, he does it perfectly. A nice healthy bump into the 3. He doesn't get hooked by it. So now he has a shot on the 2. Let's see, does that 3 pass the 9 into the side pocket? It doesn't look like it does. So he may have to play the 3 somewhere else. Let's see what he does. Possibly the top left corner. So Drone Shot says combo. Yes, that is a possibility for the 3. 3-9 combo is definitely on. The tricky part with those is to control what happens to the balls afterwards. So you have a shot after that. So there are certain risks to combos too. You could make the ball, but are you able to contain the first ball for the next shot? So Ronnie has played a pretty interesting choice here. We have a comment from Drone Shots who says he's going to go for the 3-7. Let's see if he does that or if he chooses to play safety instead. He's eyeing the angle for the 3 into the bottom left corner. But it looks like he's lining up for something else. So he plays an amazing save there. That's a brilliant save. He hooks it on the 5. There is no 1 rail kick here. There is a 2 rail kick. Not an easy one. Great shot by Ronnie. Drone Shot says good shot. I agree. It was a really good safety. Very uncomfortable position for Shaun. There is a 2 rail kick off the bottom rail and the right side long rail. Not easy though, not easy. We are joined by the OG Michael Lin, Billiard Breakdown here. He's back.
What's up, everybody? Back to Paul Jacob.
Thanks, Mike. So Shaun is eyeing this two-rail kick on the 3. Not sure what he's looking at right now. Seems to be eyeing the 3-9, but I don't see how he can kick the 3 into the 9. Drone Shot says, "Hi, Mike." Mike is long gone. He said hi and he disappeared, but I will let him know when he's back. Oh man, so Shaun barely misses the 3 off that two-rail kick, giving Ronnie ball in hand with 8 balls on the table and a pretty open layout. The 4 is potentially the issue, but I think he might play the 4 into the side by the 9, or he plays the 4 into the top left corner. So this should be pretty open, an easy run out for Ronnie. I don't see any problems here. The 4 was the only problem ball, but he's managed to take care of that. He has a really good shot into the top left corner so that he can get naturally good shape on the 5. Great shot on the 4. So let's see if Ronnie just does a stop shot and plays the 6 ball into the side, or if he draws back and tries to play the 6 to the same pocket. I think Ronnie might just play the easier positional shot and hold the cue ball for the 6 into the side pocket by the 9 ball. But let's see what he does. And it looks like Ronnie has chosen to play that shot. He should be able to just roll forward with a bit of topspin to get the 7 into the left side pocket with easy shape on the 8 ball. And then from there, it should be a pretty easy run. So Ronnie placed that just about perfect. You couldn't place the cue ball anywhere better with your hands. So great job by Ronnie. Great touch. He got close, but he was also very accurate with his speed. All right, so now Ronnie has a 2 ball out, and he should be out from here. There shouldn't be. And if he does get out, he will have increased his lead to 6 games by bringing the score to 8-2. But let's see if he can finish this out. I don't want to jinx anybody too early. Some comments suggesting that might have happened with one of Shaun's games earlier. I don't know if you believe in commentator's curse or not, but one of my friends watching the stream, Kenneth Bradshaw, just sent me a message saying commentator's curse. Hi, Ken. And it looks like Ronnie is out. So now the score is 8-2. So Ron CASANZIO has amassed an 8-2 lead against Shaun Zink. For those of you just tuning in, we're at Billiards Breakdown in Rochester, New York. And we are playing a series called the Top 15 Players in Rochester. Currently, the champ of our Rochester players is Ron CASANZIO. He's a 7-13 Fargo. And he's playing against Shaun Zink, who's a 6-49 Fargo. And they are playing for the champ spot. It is a race to 15 in 10-ball pool. We started just about an hour ago, and now the score is 8-2 with Ronnie CASANZIO to break. So Ronnie has chosen to break from the center now. His first 2 breaks were from the side cushion. Unfortunately, he breaks dry. So Shaun will be able to come to the table with a shot on the 2, but again, there doesn't look like there's any easy way to get on the 2 ball. So he has a shot on the 1, but not a straightforward setup on the 2. He may be able to hold between that gap, between the 5 and the long rail, but let's see what he does here. Some good speed control needed if he is trying to hold for the 2 here. He may go into the 8 or the 3 to slow down the cue ball. So Ronnie broke dry. Shaun is at the table with quite an interesting, somewhat awkward layout with where the 2 is sandwiched between the 4 and the 5, leaving a very narrow zone for the 2 in the bottom left corner. Is Shaun going to be able to get that cue ball in that zone for a shot on the 2, or is he going to do something else? Looks like he's played it that way, but he misses the pot. It looks like he's covered the majority of the 1 ball here. Ronnie might be able to clip the left edge or the right edge of the 1 ball, but not easy to save from this angle. Could be a save. Either way, Ronnie will be able to masse it. It looks like he's going for a masse. And he plays the masse and he gets a safety. Great shot by Ron. Again, it looks like Shaun can see at least one side of the ball, the right side of the ball, so Shaun should be able to make contact without a problem. Let's see if he's going to be able to play a good safe off this. So he thins the 1 ball. Does he get safe? It doesn't look like he did. Ronnie should be able to make contact with the 1 and attempt another safe. It doesn't look like the bank goes because it's blocked by the 6. But Ronnie can see the right side of the 1 ball. Or at least appears he can. So let's see what kind of... oh, so Ronnie is calling the bank. I'm guessing that it does pass the 6. Let's see if he's able to pull this off. What a shot. That was so close. And he gets safe. Great try by Ron. He almost gets a bank shot of the 1 in the side, but he also has played it 2-way in where he does not leave Shaun a shot on the 1. Shaun is going to have to kick at it, and he might go rail first, I'm not sure, but it looks like he will have to kick at it, and it's not an easy kick at all with the way the table is set up. Looks like the 1 railer is blocked, and there's a lot of traffic with that 3, 8, 7 to approach it from the short rail. So he's going with top left or with left spin to go for 1 rail into the side pocket. Let's see. But he uses way too much left and misses the ball entirely, which is really easy to do. So judging the amount of spin, side spin you need to use on those shots is no easy task. So Ronnie comes back to the table with the ball in hand. Let's see if he can convert this into a win. The 2-4, if that's a 4, combo looks like it's on. So he might just play a stop shot here. He gets a slight angle for the 2 to bring the cue ball away from the left long rail so he can have a shot on the 2 after the 4 goes in. Very, very clever. So he's going to play the 2-4 combo. And he's able to hold perfectly. He brought the cue ball to the center of the short rail, giving him a great shot on the 2. He needs to play really good speed control here if he wants to hold for the 3. But Ron is an expert at this kind of thing. Beautiful. That was butter smooth, efficient. He was able to get just the right amount of movement on the cue ball using right spin off that rail. Now he has to hold for the 5, which isn't easy. Let's see what he does here. Does he go into the 8 ball? No, he does a great job using inside to keep the cue ball contained. And from here, it's looking like Ronnie should be out. He's cleared all the problems. He's got through that awkward first stage of this frame, which was pretty awkward, but Ronnie did a really good job solving problems and impeccable cue ball control, navigating tight spaces, perfect speed control, and Ronnie should be out here. This was not an easy frame to run, so if Ronnie's out, kudos to him. Very, very high level shooting here. So 2 balls left. Is Ronnie going to bring the lead to 9-2? He should be. And he's great on the 10 ball and fairly straight shot. And Ronnie converts that into another win. His lead is now 7 games. He has brought the score 9-2 in this race to 15 and 10 ball pool at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. So we're seeing some really good shooting, especially cue ball control from Ron. He's been as close to perfect as you can choose to be, or can hope to be, with the cue ball. And he's been able to navigate some rather challenging runouts and make it look easy doing so. And that's why he's a champ. So we're seeing some really good pool here for everyone tuning in. My name is Paul Jacob. I'm doing the commentary for this match. We're at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. Ronnie about to break in the 12th frame of this race to 15 with a big lead. Also, just a shout out, we have Venom Trick Shots, also known as Florian Kohler, here at Billiards Breakdown tomorrow. So if you want to see some amazing trick shot artistry and some tremendous massé shots, swing by Billiards Breakdown tomorrow afternoon. Florian Kohler will be here all day. He's already in Rochester, and we look forward to seeing him tomorrow. So it looks like Ron broke. Dry. Shaun is going to push out here because he does not have a clear shot on the 1 ball. But it looks like he's pushed into a safety. So let's see. Ronnie might give this back to him. I'm not sure. So let's see if Ron takes this or gives it back. It looks like he'll give it back. There's no advantage to shooting a kick because there's no guarantee of a safe. So Shaun is going to be kicking at this 1 ball. I would imagine he would try to kick into a safe, which is tricky to do here. He'll have to bring the 1 up table and leave the cue ball down table, hopefully behind the 9 or the 7 or some other blocker. It's a lot of movement, so... Yes, it looks like he's not able to get the safe, but he makes contact, so it's better than missing the ball. Ronnie comes back to the table with a pretty gnarly layout here. We have a cluster of the 4, 5, and the 8. So Ronnie may elect to play safety here. Looks like he's going behind that cluster, and he has quite a lot of balls as blockers here. He's pretty much blocked the path to the 1 ball with 4 balls, which is as many blockers as you'd want. Now Shaun will have to kick at this 1 ball unless he can massé it. I don't think he can. A 1 rail kick with a lot of left might be available. If he can just get past the 10 ball, but I'm not sure if that's what he's going for. Just missed the 10 ball with a lot of left spin to get on to the 1 ball. Okay, he chose to go the other direction, but he makes good contact, which is great. he leaves Ron a shot. Now this is not an easy frame to run out with the position of the 4, 5, and the 8. So some kind of breakout would be necessary, unless he just plays perfect cue ball control and plays the 4 to the center side pocket on the right side. But let's see what he does. The 4, 5 is also a possibility. So Ronnie gets kind of awkward on this 2 here. I don't think that's the angle he wanted on the 2. Because at this point it's going to be tricky to hold for the 3. He might go into the 10 ball, so that looks like Ronnie's playing the 2-10 combo for an early win. Now I'm not sure if they're doing early 10 balls or not, so we'll find out if Ron gets a win if he makes this, or if the 10 ball gets spotted. In the past, I have seen Ronnie play games where the 10 ball is spotted on an early 10, so we'll see what happens here. But Ronnie misses the 10 combo, but gets a safety. He gets a good roll on the 2 in his favor. So once again, Shaun comes to the table with no clear shot where he has to kick at it. Shaun's been doing a pretty good job of kicking and making contact. He has called the side pocket for the 2 ball. So he's aiming to kick the 2 ball in between the 3 and the 6. If he pulls this off, it would be a pretty nice shot. But he misses. He's created an even bigger cluster for the 4, 6, 5, and the 8, but he has given Ronnie ball in hand. So let's see what Ronnie does here. Does he play safeties, or does he go for an aggressive break off the 2 or the 3? It looks like he's playing the 2 to get a good breakout angle on the 3. So he should be able to cut the 3 ball into the left side pocket and go into that cluster. But no positive outcome is guaranteed here. So he can see the 4 ball. I do not think that the 4 ball pots into the bottom left corner. Again, it is hard to tell from this angle, but I am not sure if the 4 ball passes into the bottom left, but he seems to be eyeing it, so it's possible it could. And what a shot. He leaves it hanging in the pocket. It was close, so it looked like it did pass. But these pockets on this table have pretty deep shelves, so it's fairly common to hang the ball in the pocket with these shelves being as deep as they are. So Shaun has a great chance here. Wide open layout. He should be able to run this out. He needs a good shot on this ball. He draws it perfectly with great speed. And from here, Shaun has the option of going up and down to hold for the 6 or just drawing back. Both are viable options. He's stretched out a bit, so he may choose to go up and down. He elects to not use the bridge. He's got a good speed on that cue ball. He'll have to draw it back. He'll have to avoid the 9. And avoid the scratch also. To the top right corner pocket to hold for the 7. So we need to see a pretty good draw shot here, but he is stretched across the table, which does make it harder.
Okay, thanks, bud.
Now he's going to have to pull this off with a bridge. So, challenging shot here. He needs a good stroke. He needs to get through that cue ball nicely. Looks like he's going top, so he's going to go up and down. And he plays that really well. A little bit more speed would have helped, but he should be fine. Given that he had to stretch across the table with the bridge, he played that pretty well. He would have liked to be a little closer to that short rail. Now, it is also tricky now with the angle he has to hold for the 8-ball. He's going to be coming somewhat directly into that line across the 8-ball, so it's very easy to overshoot that zone and not get a good shot on the 8-ball. So let's see what kind of position he's able to get on the 8. It's tricky being on the rail with a pretty thin cut. These pockets are tight. Let's see if he's able to avoid the 9 and get on the right side of that 8-ball. That's a beautiful shot. Perfect. That was beautifully played under the circumstances. He plays the speed perfectly. He gets the perfect angle on the 8. Great shot by Shaun. Well done, Shaun.
I've known Bill for many, many years. Could not put up with him for 4 hours every day.
I've been trying to get along with Bill.
So fairly straightforward shot. Just come up the table, hold for the 9-ball, and Shaun should be out from here. Getting another one on the scoreboard, which will be very good for him. Again, really good speed control by Shaun. He's just about perfect. He should be able to go up and down and hold for the 10 in the left side pocket. He does that perfectly. It's got a slight angle, but it shouldn't be a problem. So if Shaun can make this 10-ball, he will shorten or reduce the lead that Ronnie CASANZIO has, a 7-game lead, to a 6-game lead. Beautiful shot. Well done, Shaun. Shaun is adding to his score. Now the lead is still fairly sizable, but Shaun is chipping away at this. Let's see if he can keep up this momentum. Well done, Shaun. Shaun to break in the 13th set of this race to 15 for the champ title in the top 15 players in Rochester, New York. This is happening at Billiards Breakdown in Rochester, New York. Thanks for tuning in.
He used to be an A. He used to be an A, then after all the surgeries and everything, he shouldn't have been that.
So Shaun breaks dry. He does not leave a direct shot on the 1-ball, so Ronnie is eyeing it, but he might have to kick at this.
I can't believe it. You're doing a hell of a lot better the last couple of years.
We will be getting an overhead camera soon, so it will be easier to judge the angles better once that's here. So it is possible Ron can see it, but I think he'll have to kick at it.
Oh, my girl got her daughter working there too. Yeah. Working in, was it, the warehouse. She's packing stuff.
Looks like Ronnie is... He's not elevated, so he's not massing it. Oh, so angles can be deceiving, as I've just learned. He was able to see it and pocket it. Great shot by Ron, but not the best outcome here. He does not get rewarded for that shot. He comes up, rolls up very close to the 2 at a pretty awkward angle. Not sure if there's any pots on. That's how close he is. He may just have to elect to play safe here. So he may use the 8 as a blocker here.
They never even interviewed my girl's daughter.
Very good shot by Ron. Plays a tricky safety here. Again, not easy to make contact on this 2, unless Shaun can see it past the 3. So let's see what Shaun does here. Is he going to... Looks like he can see the edge of the 2, so he might just be playing that. And he's able to get the cue ball on the short top rail, leaving Ronnie a challenging shot on the 2. And he's on the rail, so he can't really put bottom or draw on the cue ball. So it's going to be difficult to hold for the 3, even if he manages to pot the 2.
I'm real proud I got into the fine.
I don't know.
I'm proud of you too. I just think you make it seem fun.
So let's see what he does here.
Just because you have a feel
He
good.
might be playing a safety.
They got a lot of fucking.
Plays really good speed control there. Looks like he's covered the 2 with the 9 ball.
They got security right at the front and
He
everything.
makes the ball, he plays safe, whatever.
They got badges, everything. Yeah.
Yes, it looks like he's played a successful safe there. Shaun will have to kick at it once again.
I think so. I never saw him.
Shaun is not getting a lot of easy chances here. Ron has been playing some pretty good quality safeties.
Right. So you gave me some money.
Or not.
The what?
Mike.
Oh yeah, they just had a marijuana bust, but there was like 4 guys that got.
And Shaun misses the 2 ball. Barely. It was a close shot, but Ronnie's going to come to the table with ball in hand here. What is he going to do with this 2 ball?
But they don't smoke while they're working.
If the 2 ball goes into the right side pocket, it looks like he's going for the 10 ball combo. Early 10. So they must be playing with early 10s then. Because if they weren't, I don't think Ronnie would go for the shot. So the 2-10 combo for the win.
I have a tournament scheduled.
Heard you won.
We'll go inside. What? You're not official anymore?
And he misses it. But, wow. I'm not sure if he meant to do that. That was a great shot if he was going for that. But he plays a rock-solid safety on that 2-10 attempt.
We got a lot of non-voters.
Very clever shot.
Last year I had a non-voter the whole year.
So Shaun comes to the table. He's still in this game because Ronnie missed that 2-10. So the game's not over yet, but he does not have an easy shot here. He has to kick at it between the 3 and the 6.
It was 1,000 islands. It was a bay on 1,000 islands. I can't remember where to play. Yes. Oh yeah. That's
He should be able to make contact. He could possibly even pocket the 2 in the bottom left corner pocket, but it doesn't look like shape on the 3 is guaranteed at all if he makes it. So
Oh my God.
What's up, live chat? It's Mike with Billiard Breakdown. How's Paul Jacob doing in the commentary? Is he doing okay? You got to check on the work, you know?
Mike with some quality control here, so haven't been seeing anything in the chat lately. Are you guys still in this? So it looks like Shaun has played a pretty good save here. Ronnie's going to have to kick at it. All right, so we have some comments. I don't know if Mike will see these. But David says, honestly, really good commentary. Thank you, David. Oh, wow, what a shot. Ronnie makes the 2 ball off the 10. He must have called that because he's back at the table. Great shot by Ronnie. And he has a shot on the 3 ball as well. Joan Shot says, yeah. Ted Beach says, doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Joan Shots and Ted Beach. Old English says, just got here. Welcome, Old English. Hope you are enjoying this match. We've been having some really good games. Ronnie has been showing us a masterclass in cue ball control and running out some pretty challenging racks. Joan Shot says he's good. And Old English says, great shot, Ron. I agree. Another really good shot by Ron. Ron is elevating a little bit for the shot. So he's going around the table to get on the 5. Great shot by Ron. So Let's see if he chooses to play this 6 ball into the side pocket or in the top right corner pocket. So it looks like he's chosen to play it for, I would say, both go, but the side pocket might be slightly easier, especially to hold for the 7. So if he plays for the side pocket, he would have to play with top to come up and down the short rail on the top side of the table to hold for the 7. So it seems like that's what he's going for. He decided to hold by drawing a little bit, stunning out, and he gets perfect on that sound ball. Here he should just be able to draw a little bit to get on the 8, and it looks like Ron should be out from here. As long as he can get a good angle on the 8 to have a shot on the 9. So a bit of a back cut here, but a pretty natural shape here. He could go around the 9 ball and shoot the 9 ball in the bottom right corner. So he may elect to go to the short rail, come around the 9 ball, swing around it, and hold. With just a little bit of left. So we have a few more shots, comments in the chat. Old English says, that's why he's a champ. I agree. And David, the Korean, says, watching Ron shooting his best pool is such a joy and pleasure to watch. I agree. Something to learn and enjoy. So Ronnie's taking his time on this one. He must have seen something that distracted him. Not sure. Seems to be saying something. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if someone walked across a shot line or did something like that. But that's not a problem. Ronnie gets back and he strikes that perfectly. He'll have to go up and down to hold for the 10, which he does pretty well. Bit of an angle, but this is a pretty straightforward shot for Ron. What a run out if Ron makes this. Ron has been showing us like some really high quality run outs with rather challenging layouts. So well done, Ron. The score is now 10-3. What an out by Ron CASANZIO. And as Old English said, that's why he's the champ. Couldn't agree more. So we are watching a race to 15 between two of Rochester's best players, Ron CASANZIO, who's currently the champ, 713 Fargo, and Shaun Zeng, who's second ranked in Rochester at a 649 Fargo. They're playing 10 ball, and Ron has chosen to go back to the side cushion for his break. He's been breaking almost every game except the first two from the side, and then he was breaking from the center. Now he's gone back to the side cushion, but fortunately he breaks dry. So Ron switching up his break again. Interesting. So Shaun has a clear shot on the 1. Bit of a cluster where the 4, 7, and 9 are, but that should be easy to clear when he gets on the 4, as long as he gets on the right side of the 4. So definitely runnable, but with a few problems, which can be solved. But let's see how he chooses to get on the 2 ball. Looks like he's going with bottom right. And he rattles it in. He rattles it, and the 1 ball stays hung over the pocket. So that's an unfortunate miss. The shelves on these pockets are fairly deep, so it is easy to rattle them. So Ronnie plays a really nice rail first shot, and he gets just about perfect on the 2 to get back down table for the 3 ball. He should be able to stun with a little bit of left along the right long rail to get on the 3. Which he does perfectly. Now the next couple of shots will be key because he will have to do something at some point about that 7-9 cluster if he wants to run this out. So let's see if he chooses to do a breakout off the 4 ball, which would be the easier breakout. However, the 5 being where it is, going for a breakout on that could potentially jeopardize shape on the 5. So let's see what route Ronnie decides to take here, because he does have a problem he needs to solve at some point if he wants to run this out. So he's played the angle to get the breakout where he can go into the 9, but he would still need to hold for the 5, so let's see what he chooses to do here. Again, a shape on the 5 is not guaranteed with shots like this, because once you send the cue ball into a cluster like that, judging what's going to happen to it afterwards is fairly tricky, and you have to be very precise about where you contact that 9 ball. I would imagine he would try to go in with a little bit of stun with right spin, so that it hits the 9 ball and then comes off the long rail on the left towards the 5 ball. I don't know if the 5 ball passes the 6 ball, so let's see. The 5-10 combo. So David says that's an option. Yes, that looked like it was on, but I don't know if Ronnie played for that. Again, the issue with these kind of shots is shape is pretty hard to control. When you're going into a cluster, the weight of the cluster is higher, so not easy to guarantee a good outcome of the cue ball. But let's see what Ronnie does here. Does he go for the 5-6 combo? Or is he going to play it safe? But yes, that problem, that breakout did not work in his favor for the most part, unless he's able to pull this off. So let's see what he chooses to do. It looks like he's eyeing the 5-6 combo. So Ronnie elected to play for the safety, which he did not get, leaving Shaun a thin cut on the 5. It's definitely a makeable shot. Holding for the 6. It's touchy, but doable. It's kind of a touchy shot to hold for the 6. He may elect to go into the 10 to use it to slow down the cue ball, or I'm not sure if he's going to try to do a multi-rail approach here. Let's see if he's able to hold. So I'm not sure if he was trying. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. He manages to go up and down. He can see the 6. For a second there, I thought he was trying to go for the 10 and use the 10 to slow down the cue ball, but he didn't need to do that. He was able to go up and down table to get back on the 6. He has shape on the 6, and from here, he should be out. And that would be really good for Shaun to chip away at the big lead Ronnie has. So Shaun gets decent shape on the 7. He should be able to just stun out a little bit into the long rail on the left and hold for the 8 ball. And Shaun does a great job of holding for the 8 ball. So at this point, he should be out. And if he is out, he will bring the score to 10-4. Still a long way to go for Shaun, but he's chipping away at it. He just has to not give Ronnie chances. And when he does get chances from Ronnie, it's crucial to convert those into wins. like this one hopefully will be. Ronnie played a poor safety on the 5, and let's see if Shaun can finish this out and transform that into a win. Just has to roll forward to play the 10 in the side pocket. Oh no, what was that? That was unfortunate. Looks like Shaun didn't get through the cue ball as well as he would have liked there, so he did not get anywhere near the amount of follow he needed to get on the 10. So now he has a kind of an awkward shot on the 10. Still potable for sure, but this is not what he wanted. Yes, with the shot he had, he definitely wanted to be up closer to the short rail so he could have a straighter shot on the 10 to the side pocket, but now he's got somewhat of a sharp cut into either the side or the top left corner, top right corner. So crucial shot for Shaun here. And well played. He does a great back cut, so he gets out of trouble. He ran out of position there, but no problem. Great shot making. And Shaun has now brought the score to 10-4. Well done, Shaun. Great shot on that last 10 under pressure. It's good to pull yourself out of trouble with an excellent shot like that. It's good for the confidence, for sure. So Shaun is chipping away at the deficit. The score is now 10-4, and Shaun Zeng will be breaking in the 15th frame of this race to 15 and 10-ball pool, a billiard breakdown in Rochester, New York. His opponent is the champ, CASANZIO, Rochester's local pro, who's Fargo of 7-13 at the moment. So it looks like Shaun broke dry too. Leaving Ronnie a shot on the 1. The 8-9 is tied up, so he would need a breakout there. It's later in the rack though, so there should be plenty of opportunities as the layout develops. So let's see what Ronnie does here. He 2-ball is also kind of blocked into all pockets except the side right pocket and the side top right pocket. And that is a wonderful positional shot. That's beautiful. Well done, Ronnie. He plays it perfectly 2 rails to get on the 2-ball in the side pocket, and he should be able to just roll forward for the 3 into the opposite side pocket. It's a very impressive positional shot. Ron really knows his way around the rails and picking the right path to get into his shots. But he misses the 2-ball. That's very unfortunate. And now Shaun comes to the table with a good chance, the best chance he can get. So when Ronnie gives you a chance, you have to convert it. And Shaun was able to convert a miss on a safety by Ron in the last frame, and he ran that out to bring the score to 10-4. Can he do that again here? He's gotten a chance from Ronnie. A mistake by Ronnie. Is he going to be able to convert that chance into a 10-5 outcome? Now again, the issue in this rack is that 8-9 cluster. Shaun will have to deal with that at some point if he wants to run this out. Let's see how early he decides to go for it. A bit of an awkward angle on the 4, but he should be fine because he can just screw out to play the 5-ball in the side pocket as well. But again, it's kind of an awkward angle with it being kind of close to the long rail as well. So not the ideal position on the 4. But all he really has to do is focus on making the pot, and he should be fine. So this is a crucial shot for Shaun. He has to make this. Shape is pretty much guaranteed if he shoots it with bottom. but he elects to play for a safety. Okay. Well, given the 8-9, he plays a good safety here. Let's see what Ronnie is able to do with this. Ronnie may go for the 2-railer off the bottom left corner pocket to kick at the 4. Up table. Doesn't seem like he has any other easy kicks. So that 2-rail kick right there seems to be the best. Now again, the 7 is very close to the cue ball, so I don't know what kind of angle or where on the left long rail he can actually make contact, given that the 1 ball looks frozen to the 7. So not even sure if that 2-rail kick is on. Looks like that's what he's eyeing. The other alternative would be to do a 3-rail kick from the top right corner, around the top right corner of the table. Again, not easy at all with the balls being frozen like that. It really eliminates what kind of angles you can get off that cue ball. So, looks like a really good safety by Shaun. Let's see if it gives him ball in hand and a chance to break out that cluster and run out. So Ronnie's taking his time at the shot. It looks like he's going to go towards the top of the table. Maybe do a 3-rail. Kind of aim a little past that first diamond from the right. But it looks like he's shot the 10, and it looks like he's left the 4-10 combo on for Shaun. So that's a bad outcome for Ronnie, but a great one for Shaun. So Shaun should be able to win this game here because of a roll of the 10, the 4 rolling right in front of it. So this 4-10 combo for the win. Oh my, that was an unexpected miss from Shaun. That was not close, but I did not expect that miss, but unfortunately it happened. The 8-9 cluster is no longer in effect, so it's a wide open layout, but Ronnie doesn't have a easy first shot on the 4. He could elect to bank it in the side pocket. I'm not sure if that's what he'll do, or play a safety. It looks like he's playing the safety, which he does pretty well. Good safety. The 1-rail kick is on. That was a very surprising miss from Shaun on that 4-10 combo to win the game. I'm imagining that they are playing with early 10 balls, so I believe that was what Shaun was playing there. Wow, what a shot. Shaun goes rail first and kicks the 4 in. That was a really good shot. And is able to hold for the 5. Great shot by Shaun. Now, this is the second chance Shaun has gotten in this game, so he really needs to convert this. Let's see if he does. So everything's looking pretty good now. Now Shaun just needs to see this through. And if Shaun is able to convert this chance, he played a really good kick shot on that last shot, and he kicked the 4 in off the rail. And he has a wide open table now. Is he going to get behind the 8? Oh man, that's so unfortunate. He played it with a bit too much speed there, or he might have picked the wrong line there, but he's snookered by the 8. Now Shaun can jump this if he wants to. It's a fairly straightforward jump. Let's see if he chooses to jump or kick at it. It doesn't look like he's bringing his jump cue out. So it looks like Shaun is going to kick at it into the side pocket. So he's going to try to make this in the side pocket. Okay, so he sends it up table instead. He makes contact, but he leaves Ronnie a pretty open layout. This should be heavily in Ronnie's favor now. Ronnie has a clear shot on the 7. And he should be out from here if he makes a 7. Now, I'm not sure if the 9 passes into the same pocket as the 10. So we'll see what kind of position he plays on the 9, and that'll tell us. But Ronnie should be out here, and if he does go out, it will be 11-4. So Ronnie is playing to the same pocket, so it looks like the 9 does pass. And with that, it should be 11-4 in Ronnie's favor. So Shaun had a great chance there. He played a phenomenal kick shot on the 4 to kick the 4 into the bottom left corner off a safety that Ronnie played. And he had a great layout. Unfortunately, he overran the ball, and he hooked himself on the 7 by the 8 ball, and wasn't able to kick at it and leave it safe, leaving Ronnie a 7, 8, 9, 10, a 4 ball out, which Ronnie completed with ease. You don't want to give Ronnie an open 4 ball out. You don't want to give Ronnie an open 10 ball out. So the chances that you do get from Ronnie, they're few and far in between, but they need to be converted. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case in the last game, but it's not over yet. So Shaun has been playing some really good shots in these games. Some great kick shots. Now, will he be able to reduce the deficit of 7 games and come back to fight this one out? Starts by playing a safety, which it looks like he's gotten. Ronnie just might be able to clip the right side of this 1 ball. It looks like that's what he's looking at. I wonder if he was looking at the 110 combo. Wouldn't be surprised if it looks like he's calling the 110. Not surprised. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Ronnie is going for the 110 combo off the very first shot. So he doesn't get the combo. He doesn't connect with the 10, but Shaun's back at the table. I believe he can see the 1 ball. So Ronnie is going to call the side pocket. He's going to kick the 1 to the side. And once again, Shaun narrowly misses the kick, giving Ronnie ball in hand on another pretty open layout once he gets that 1 out of the way. So this is looking pretty good for Ronnie. Not so much for Shaun, but let's see what Ronnie does here. Is he able to run this out? Good positional shot by Ronnie. He screws back into the long rail, but judges the speed just right. He's got the right angle on the 2 to stun out for the 3. And the rest of this is looking pretty ominous for Shaun. not sure if he's going to be able to come back to the table in this one. So, will Shaun get another chance in this frame? Very good positional play and speed control by Ronnie again. So I wonder which pocket he's going to play the 6 to. He might be going for the top left corner pocket here by going 2 rails across the long rails. Tricky positional shot, but not a problem for Ronnie. Played that to near perfection. It's kind of on the rail, but he still has a really good shot on the 6. He wants to be a little more off the rail so he could do more with the cue ball. So right now he's a little awkward, but he can put a little bit of top left on it to go towards the 7. And oh my, he misses, but he misses that in a way where he covers that pocket with a 9 ball and has shape on the 7. So that's a very clever two-way shot, assuming that's what he played it as. So even when Ronnie misses, he doesn't give you a chance. Great shot by Ronnie, even though he did miss the 6. Now Shaun has been kicking fairly well. Shaun's great at kicking. So let's see if he's able to take this half chance, and it doesn't look like he was able to make contact. And this should be 2 foul now for Shaun. So Ronnie should be able to run this out without any issues. But if anything happens, that is an option. Bit of an awkward angle on the 7 for Ronnie. Again, he's not in too much trouble here. He just has to be careful to not go into the 10 too full. Because that could impede his angle on the 8. But if he's able to miss the 10 and play the speed just right, he should be okay here. And he hits a 10, but he hits it right. So he was able to hit the correct side of the 10 to create the distance so that he has an angle on the 8 ball. Well played by Ronnie. You need to be pretty accurate with how the cue ball comes off the object ball to play those well. And Ronnie has shown us over and over that he's the master of doing that. Ronnie's cue ball control is a master class. Another really good shot by Ron. He's plumb perfect on the 10. And that's going to bring the score to 12-4 in favor of the local champ, Ronnie CASANZIO. For those of you tuning in, we are at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. This is a race to 15 and 10 ball pool for the champ position of top 15 players in Rochester, New York. Ron CASANZIO, who is going to break, is currently leading 12-4 against Shaun Zink, ranked number 2. Both are extremely good players. Ronnie is a 713 Fargo, and Shaun is a 649 Fargo, and ranked number 2 in Rochester. So Ronnie to break. He just needs 3 games to win. Can Shaun get some games on the board now? He's got a lot of work ahead of him. He has been making some really good shots, but he hasn't been able to convert every chance Ron's given him into a win, which is unfortunate, because you don't get a lot of chances to begin with. And when you do get those chances, you need to convert them to have a chance against Ron. But Shaun has been making some phenomenal shots. Now let's see what he's able to do with this. He has a clear shot on the 1, long shot. Everything looks pretty open. It doesn't look like there's any problems. He just needs to get good shape on the 2. And if he's able to get good position on the 2 off this 1 ball, there should be no other issues. Everything looks wide open. So this is the key shot. And he makes it. Now, he's going to have to play the combo here, the 2-3, which is fine. He just has to be careful to play the speed right, so he has a shot on the 2 after the 3 goes in. So he may elect to play for the 2 in the bottom right corner, with the cue ball coming off the tangent line. So let's see what happens here. The combo shot itself is pretty straightforward. Controlling the outcome of the 2 and the cue ball after is the crucial part of the shot. Unfortunately, he misses the combination shot. It's pretty unfortunate. And that's not a good sign, because now Ron is able to come to the table with a pretty wide open layout. A difficult first shot for sure, but still a chance. And Ron is phenomenal at taking half chances and converting them into what looks like easy wins. So let's see what Ron's able to do here. Great shot needed here, and we get an absolutely great shot. Amazing shot by Ron, like with position. How great is that shot? Well done, Ron. Difficult, long distance, back cut with perfect shape on the 3. It's as good as it gets. Ron showing us what's possible in pool. So this has been a pleasure to watch. And it's a wide open layout. And Ron should be out from here. We have a comment from David. Paul, you're really good at storytelling. Last time I'll say this, but you should commentate more. Well, thank you so much, David. I'm enjoying this. It's a great game. And hope you guys are too. Thank you again for the compliment. And if Mike asks me to commentate more, I will certainly take him up on it. Great shot, stunning with outside to bring it closer to the 7. He has a bit of an awkward angle on the 7, but he should be able to go 2 or 3 rails to get on the 8. Looks like he might go 3 rails, or 2 with inside. So he's done the 2 with inside. Good shot by Ronnie. Should be able to just go to the short rail and back up to hold for the 9, unless he decides to just stun out. Both are viable options. We'll see which one Ron goes for. If he's going to go up to the short rail or stun. Looks like he's just done the stun here. Shouldn't be a problem. It's not the optimal angle, but I think Ronnie should be okay. Go up and down. And he placed that beautifully with a touch of left to come right into the line for the 10. So he's got the zone approach nailed. And with that, the score is now 13-4, and our champ Ron CASANZIO has just extended his already sizable lead to a lead of 9. Oops. All right. So the score is now 13-4. Ronnie is getting very close to the finish line, and the way he's shooting, it's going to be hard to stop him. Like, he's like a freight train. He is showing us how to control the cue ball to perfection. And he's showing us that even challenging frames or layouts are not a problem when you can move the cue ball around with such precision. So we have a comment from someone new in the chat. Vinny3. Vinny3 says, who is on the mic, just joining. Hi, Vinny. My name is Paul Jacob. I've been in Rochester for about 4 years, and Mike asked me to commentate today. I'm also on the top 15 list and number 12 at the moment. So, yes, thank you for joining in. Welcome. We have a comment from Dan Charlo. Dan says, David, where have you been? And David responds saying, bro, I've been so busy. So David's been a busy guy. And Dan says, it's weird walking into into Billiard Breakdown and not seeing you gambling all the time. And David laughs at that. Dan replies, make some time for good stuff like pool. So we have a fun conversation between Dan and David, both regulars at Billiard Breakdown. Dan Charlo is currently the #1 ranked player. He beat Shaun recently. So, Dan, are you going to be playing Ron CASANZIO anytime soon? Let me know in the chat. All right, so Shaun has a shot on the 2, but he's kind of on the rail, which is not optimal here. And it's kind of straight on the 2, so he's going to have to power this with force follow to come around 2 rails, but it's not easy to do, especially with the angle he has and being on the rail. So Dan responds about my question if he's going to play Ron CASANZIO next. For those of you joining in, Dan is currently #1, just below champ Ron CASANZIO. So Dan says, yes, was supposed to be Thursday, but there's a doubles match Thursday, so next week sometime. So you guys should tune into that. That will be a good match, I'm sure. So Dan versus Ron coming up perhaps next week. Looking forward to it. So Shaun has a shot, a long shot on the 3. It's not the easiest run out here, but let's see what he's able to do. And he misses the 3. Fortunately, it looks like he might have blocked part of the 3, but I think Ron can see the 3. Not easy to tell from this angle. I think that he has blocked the 3, so Ron might have to kick at it. We have a comment from Dan. He says, thanks, Paul. Good job commentating. Thank you, Dan. Glad you could tune in. Le Bavu says, how long has Ron been the champ? And the answer to that is from the beginning. As, Ron has been the champ from the start of this list. Ron is he is Rochester's top-rated player. He is, without argument, probably Rochester's best player. So when the list started out, Ron was already the champ, and no one has taken him down yet. But we see an uncharacteristic miss from Ron on a fairly straightforward shot on the 4. So let's see. Shaun gets a chance. Is he going to be able to convert this? Again, not an easy shot at all to get on the 5. He has a lot of traffic to avoid if he's going to go multi-rails. And drawing back, screwing back to the 5 is, again, it needs a ton of confidence and really good stroke and accuracy to execute well. And with where Shaun is in this game right now, with a 9-point deficit, I don't know how aggressive he'd want to be. So let's see what he does here. Is he going to play it safe, or is he going to take it on an aggressive shot on this 4 to get on the 5? So Le Bavu, thank you for tuning in. Ron has been the champ from the beginning of this series, which started a couple months ago here at Billiard Breakdown. And it is open for anyone to join, so if you want to challenge somebody, you can challenge number 14 and 15 on the list and have your match live streamed. Great shot by Shaun. Great shot by Shaun under pressure. He's able to hold for the 5. Again, a pretty thin cut on the 5. So it's not the easiest shape. So we have a comment from Vinny3 in the chat. I'm not from Rochester, but how do I challenge someone on the list and come play on stream? Is there an email I can contact? I'll play anyone who's willing. So one of the requirements for being on this list is you do have to be like around Rochester or be able to at least make all your matches in case you get challenged. So you can't play one match and then not be around to play the rest of your matches if someone challenges you. So I'm not sure if it is how far away from Rochester you are and how often you can make it to Rochester. But if you are, the next time you're at Billiard Breakdown, just come here and talk to Michael Lin. He's the owner of the place, and he's the one who's organizing this. And he will give you all the details. But I do believe it is a requirement that you are at least able to regularly make it here in order to be a contender for the list. You do have to be a Rochester, at least available to play regularly in Rochester for it. We have a question from Dan Charlo asking Vinny, what's your Fargo? So, Vinny, what is your Fargo? Dan wants to know. So, Shaun is chipping away at this rack. He's got some long shots. A little bit of a safety battle going on here. He does not get the safety. Ron has a chance here. He should be able to swing around the 10, avoid the 10 entirely, and go 2 rails to get on the 6. And if he manages to do that, then it wouldn't be surprising if he's out. He should be out. So, good shot required here. But he misses. Now, Shaun has pretty much the same shot to do here, except it's a little easier with the 5 now being closer to the corner right pocket. So Shaun has to avoid the 10 ball here, go 2 rails, bottom right spin, get on the 6. But he misses too. That's surprising. And he goes into the 9, which is interesting. We have a comment from Vivekanand already, one of my friends. Hey, Paul. Hey, Vivek. Glad you could tune in. Hope you're enjoying this match. David says, Dan, we need to watch you play Shane Winters again. That was probably the strongest game I've seen you play. Dan responds, next time he's in town. I didn't get a chance to watch that match, but I heard it was pretty good, so I should check it out too. And you guys should. It should be on the Billiard Breakdown channel if you want to check out that match between Dan Charlo and Shane Winters. Vinny says, I'm from Buffalo, so just looking to come gamble on stream. Can't make matches regularly to be on the list. I think I'm around 600. So in that case, Vinny, you can come by anytime. I'm sure there's always going to be people you can play against. It may not be appropriate for this list since you live in Buffalo, but there are plenty of tournaments organized here at Billiard Breakdown. There are tournaments on Friday nights. There are tournaments often on Saturdays and Sundays. Christine Strong is the tournament director. You could find her on Facebook. Just search for Christine Strong, and she usually posts all the tournaments that are available here at Billiard Breakdown. And some of them are Fargo handicapped and so forth, so you can check which ones you're eligible to play in. You can come for those. Unfortunately, if you do live in Buffalo and you're not here all the time, it might not be appropriate to try to be on the top 15 players in Rochester list, unless you're able to frequently make it out here. So, yeah. Hope to see you here sometime. I would love to play you if you're here too. Dan Charlo says, I think me and Ron will be a good match. Well, it's good to hear, Dan. We're looking forward to seeing it. So, we'll stay tuned for that. Vinny says, thanks. Of course, Vinny. Hope to see you at Billiard Breakdown sometime. Come by anytime, and you should get all the information you need. There's always going to be someone who's willing to play you. And you don't need to be in the top 15 players in Rochester to make it on the stream. So if there's an exhibition match or a good match, Mike will usually be more than happy to put it on the stream if it's an interesting outcome or if it's a good match. So Shaun going for a bank shot here on the 7. He does not make it, but has he blocked it? No, he has not. So this is turning into a somewhat scrappy frame. A little bit of safety exchanges and a couple misses, uncharacteristic for both players. So let's see which one of them will be able to break out of this funk and transform this game into a winner. So let's see if Ron can make the 7 ball, which he does, and perfect on the 8, as expected. He's a bit hampered by the 10. It's not too bad. He's got some distance, but he does have to sort of bridge over the 10. But I don't think it's too much of a problem for Ronnie. He should be able to roll up and play the 9 in the side pocket, which he does. It's a bit on the wrong side of the 9 here, but it shouldn't be a problem. Ron has the stroke to go to 3 or even 4 rails to get on the 10 around the world. So let's see if he chooses to do that or something simpler. Is he going to play a tougher positional shot for a better... Well, looks like he needed a bit more pace. He had the right line, but he needed a bit more pace. So now he has a rather tricky cut into the bottom left corner. Certainly makeable, but not easy. Definitely missable. So let's see if he's going to be able to. Beautiful shot by Ron. Not a problem. Tough cut on the 10, especially under pressure like that. Not a problem for Ron. He nails it center of the pocket. So now the score is 14-4. It is on the hill. Ron is one frame away from defending his title as a champ in the top 15 players in Rochester. All right, so we have someone new tuning into the chat, Monster585. Hi, Monster585. Good to see you here after seeing you yesterday. Nice job commentating, Paul. You should drink more often. And he laughs. Monster, I think I realized that I probably shouldn't drink more often. I will keep my drinking to a viable minimum. But looking forward to seeing you again and playing with you again. You should get on this list, Monster. So Monster is Mun. He's one of Rochester's really good players. He's been on this list before. He should get back on it again. So Ronnie breaks. Ronnie breaks dry. Shaun comes to the table. Shaun's wasting no time to get on the shot. Drone Shot says, I was little off on the set. Drone Shot says, lol. Yes, I think we've all were a little off on this, but it's not over yet. But we have another miss from Shaun on a long shot. So it's rare that Ronnie has to shoot like very difficult shots because he's really good at getting the cue ball right where he wants it. Shaun, on the other hand, has been having to deal with slightly harder shots. But that being said, Ron has just missed a shot here on the 2. Now, I'm not sure if Shaun can see it. So it looks like Shaun can see this rail first. So he's able to make it. Now he has a pretty thin cut into the corner right pocket. Looks like he's going to shoot it with a bit of inside. Oh, man, and he goes into the side pocket, in off the 8 ball. That was a bit hasty. Maybe taking a bit more time on that shot could have had a more accurate cue ball outcome, but Ronnie comes back to the table, scores 14-4. It's looking pretty ominous for Shaun here. I think Shaun also kind of maybe rushed the last shot a little bit. But at this point, I don't see Shaun coming back to the table. So we have some comments. Mun says, Shaun put away his break cue, so it should be over. I agree. It's going to take a miracle for him to get another chance in this frame. Dan Charlo says, Shaun was borrowing Joe Darzinski's and Joe left, so he had to give it to him. Okay, so that explains that. Apparently, Dan says Shaun left his break cue at home. But at this point, it will not matter anymore because I don't see any more breaks happening in this game. And perfect on the 10. And with that, it should be over. And Ronnie CASANZIO, the champion of Rochester, defends his title with a definitive 15-4 win against Shaun Zink. Congratulations to Ron CASANZIO. Shaun also played really well. Shaun had some really great shots. Unfortunately, Ron didn't give him many chances, and Ron was able to really, convert every opportunity to win and even make some wins out of very challenging frames. So congrats to both players. Well done. This was extremely entertaining to watch, and thank you everyone in the chat for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy this game. We'll have a lot more at Billiard Breakdown in Rochester, New York. So looking forward to see you guys here. So we have Drone Shot say, Go Ronnie, and Monster says, congrats, champ. Congratulations to Ronnie CASANZIO. And David says, thanks, Paul. David says, Monster. So with that, I will be we'll be concluding the stream. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and see you guys here at Billiard Breakdown. Just to remind everybody, Venom Trick Shots, also known as Florian Kohler, will be here at Billiard Breakdown tomorrow afternoon. So make sure you make it here if you want to see some amazing massé shots and trick shots from one of the world's greatest trick shot artists. So with that, have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and congrats again to champ Ron CASANZIO for a definitive 15-4 victory against Shaun Zink, Rochester's #2 ranked player.